Hi class, this is Mrs. Cornett, and I'm going to show you some markup and discount questions from section 3.3. This is the third video that I've made for section 3.3, so make sure that you've checked out the other two videos before you watch this one. The first few problems that I'm going to show you involve markups, and just to give you a brief overview about a markup, it would be if you are a store owner, you buy your products wholesale from some warehouse at a cheaper price, and then you mark up the item so that you can earn a profit. And so you have four things involved in solving these markup problems. You have the cost from the manufacturer, you have the selling price that you're going to sell it at your store to get a profit, you have the markup and the markup rate. Here's the difference between the two. Just the markup is the dollar amount of the difference between the selling price and the cost from the manufacturer. So markup is a dollar amount. Markup rate is a percentage of how much you marked up the item from the original cost. I'm going to show you these four problems. For each of these questions, you're given two quantities, and you have to find the other two. Before we get started, if you've not read your textbook yet on this section, I strongly encourage you to do that. The two formulas that the textbook provides are over here on the right side of the screen. We have the selling price equals the cost plus the markup amount, and then the markup amount equals the markup rate, and that will be in a decimal form, times the cost. 43, we have the original cost from the manufacturer, and we have the selling price. We need to find the markup and the markup rate. Let's first work on the markup. Remember how I described markup? It's the dollar amount of the difference between the cost and the selling price. So to find the markup, we would just do $49.95 minus the original cost of $26.97, and please use your calculator to get $22.98. Okay, now we need to find the markup rate. If we look at the formulas given, the only time the markup rate appears is that second formula. And so the second equation is the markup amount, which we just found, which is $22.98, equals the markup rate, that's what we don't know, I'm going to leave it as a R, times the cost, which was $26.97. Now to break apart the multiplication between R and 26.97, we'll divide both sides by 26.97 to get R equals the decimal 0.852. Remember, the markup rate is in decimal form. I want you to submit it as a percent. And so you move two decimal places to the right to get the percent, 85.2%. Okay, let me show you another one. Question 45 is going to be different than 43 because we were given two different quantities, and now we have to find the cost and the markup amount. So we're still going to use these formulas off to the right, and we're going to figure out how we can start with these two pieces of information and come up with the missing parts. Okay, so we have the selling price. If you look up at the first equation, it is selling price equals cost plus the markup amount. But then there's a second equation that's just for the markup amount. So just to find the markup amount, we need to have the rate times the cost. The selling price is $74.38 equals the cost plus the markup. We don't know the cost, so I'm going to leave it as a C, plus the markup. We don't know the markup either. But another way to find the markup amount is to multiply the markup rate times the cost. Well, we don't know the cost, so that's going to be the variable C, but we do know the markup rate is 81.5, which I need you to change to 0.815 times C. Okay, so look at this equation again. 74.38 equals C, which is the cost, plus the markup rate times C, which that will give us the markup amount. All right, now let's just do some algebra. We can collect like terms. The first C, there's a coefficient of a 1. So when we add these two together, we have 1.815 C, and that still equals 74.38. Now divide both sides by 1.815 to get C equals the decimal 40.98, and that is a dollar amount. That's C, which is our cost. So the original cost from the manufacturer was $40.98. We know the markup rate was 81.5. That was given to us. And we know the selling price that the business owner will sell at their store is the $74.38. Now let's find the markup amount. The markup amount is the difference between the selling price and the cost that you originally bought that item. That will be a quick subtraction problem. 74.38 minus 40.98 equals the decimal 33.4. But because we're talking about money, I want you to go ahead and add a 0 after that 4. And so the markup amount is $33.40. Okay, I want to show you 47. Notice that there's two different quantities given for 47, and now we're asked to find the cost again, but this time we're asked to find the markup rate. So we're going to use the same formulas, same idea, but it's going to look slightly different than the previous two questions. Okay, first, I want to go ahead and find the cost because I know the cost is the selling price minus the amount that it was marked up. So cost will equal $125.98 minus $56.69, and that gives the decimal 69.29. So that means the original cost was 69.29. And now we just need to find the markup rate. So we're going to focus in on that second formula again. The markup amount, which we know was given to us, 56.69, equals the markup rate is what we're looking for, so I'll use the capital R again, times the cost. We just found the cost, 69.29. Now, let's just solve this equation by dividing by 69.29. That gives us a decimal of 0.818. But remember, we need the percent form of this decimal, so move that decimal point 2 places to the right to get the percent, 81.8%. Okay, let me show you one more markup question. This is question 49. We are given the cost and the markup rate. We have to find the selling price and the amount of that markup. Okay, so we know how much we bought the item from the manufacturer. The problem tells us that we want to mark up that item price by 20%. So we need to know what 20% of that original cost is. The markup amount equals 0.20 times that original cost of $13,250. Go ahead and multiply those two numbers together on your calculator, and that will give you $2,650. That's the markup amount. So you're going to add that markup amount to the original cost, and that's going to be your selling price. So selling price is the markup amount, I'm going to call it MA, plus the original cost. Okay, let's write that in numbers. It would be $2,650 plus $13,250 equals a selling price of $15,900. Those markup problems take practice because every one of them is slightly different than the previous one, but the more you practice them, they'll become easier and easier for you. Now I want to show you a similar type of problem, except these are discount problems. This is what we, the customer, like the best. We like to come into a store and see the original price, see the big sign that says 25% off or 50% off, and then figure out the sale price. There are also 4 quantities for these discount problems. You have the original price when the item is brand new. You have a sale price. You have a discount and a discount rate. The discount will be the discount amount, the actual dollar amount that item is selling for less than the original price. The discount rate is a percentage. There are 2 formulas. You have the sale price equals the original price minus discount amount, and then the discount amount is the discount rate times the original price. So we're going to use those 2 formulas and variations of those 2 formulas to fill in the missing quantities. Take a look at 51. We are given an original price of $39.95 and a sale price of $29.95. When you know the original price and the sale price, it's really easy to find the discount amount because that's a quick subtraction problem. $39.95 minus $29.95 $9.95. You could probably do this in your head, or you can still use your calculator. But do you see it would just be $10? Next, we need to find the discount rate. I'm going to work from the second formula and plug in the information I know and then solve for the discount rate. 10 equals the discount rate is our unknown. I'm going to put a capital R times the original price was $39.95. I need to divide both sides by $39.95. That gives us the decimal 0.2503. When you move the decimal 2 places, we can just round that to 25%. And so that is our discount rate. Take a look at 53. We're given 2 different quantities, and now we have to find that original price and the discount amount. So let's think about this. We know something went on sale and now it's only $18.95. We know that it was 20% off. So the original price, which we don't know, do you understand that that would be 100% of the price? If you bought something that was brand new, not on sale, you would just pay 100% of the price. But now that item is 20% off. So do you see now that the sale price, the $18.95, is really, another way to think of it is 80% of the original price? We're going to take the fact that $18.95 is 80% of the original price. $18.95 is 80% of the original price. We can now apply the percent equation. Percent equation is A equals P times B. A is the $18.95 equals P, which is our 0.80, times B. Solve for B by dividing both sides by 0.80 to get the decimal 23.6875. But let's go ahead and round it to the hundredths position since we're talking about money. And we'll say the original price is $23.69. Now we have one more to find for 53 is the discount amount. That's an easy one to find, especially now that we know the original price. To find the discount amount, this is $23.69 minus $18.95 to get the decimal 4.74. That is the discount amount. Okay, 55. We are given the original price and the discount. Now we need to find the sale price and the discount rate. We know we can find the sale price by taking the original price, which was $189.99, and subtracting the discount amount of $30. You get the sale price of $159.99. Now what's left is to find the discount rate, which we found before in 51. We're going to use the second formula and plug in the information we know. We know the discount amount is 30, so this will be 30 equals, the discount rate is what we're looking for, so I'm going to use a capital R. And we do know the original price was $189.99. Divide both sides by 189.99. And that gives a decimal of 0.1579. We need to move the decimal 2 places to the right. That gives us 15.79. Now let's round it to 15.8%. Okay, last problem for this video. 59, we are given a sale price and the discount amount. We need to find the original price and the discount rate. Since we know the sale price and we know the amount that it was discounted, we can add those two back together to get the original price. So $695 plus $300 will give us an original price of $995. And now we're left to find that discount rate again, which we've done 2 times previous on this slide. The discount amount is 300 equals the discount rate is what's missing, so we'll put that as a capital R, times the original price we just found was $995. Divide both sides by $995 to get the decimal 0.3015. Now convert that decimal to a percent by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. That's the decimal 30.15%. And go ahead and round this one to the 10th position as well. So we'll round it to 30.2%. That's your markup and discount problems. I hope this helped. I hope you were taking notes while I was working through these videos. If not, go back and rewatch it. Read your textbook. You'll find a lot of information there, and you can always ask for help.